A quick update on my partner's PDA. So we've been using PDA. If you're unfamiliar, basically it stands for pathological demand avoidance, or some people are advocating for it to be changed to persistent drive for autonomy. Anytime that my partner feels like he is not in control of a situation that is important to him, or if he feels like forced to do something, he has like a really strong reaction that makes him feel like he shouldn't or can't do that thing. And so this isn't just like if somebody's being like rude and domineering or controlling of him, which in that case I think that would be, a normal reaction to not want to comply. But it's also if somebody just like really would like him to do something and just asks him to, but it's really important to them, then that like intense expectation or that can just make him feel so pressured that it's like he wants to just run away from it. And it also pertains to goals he sets for himself, so he can feel forced kind of by himself, by his own demands. And so yeah, he's been meeting with two different therapists. We have a couples therapist, he has an individual therapist, I have an individual therapist as well. But so he's been kind of attacking it from both angles, sometimes getting insight from different therapists helps, and made some interesting headway today. And part of it was recognizing that it comes down to, at least some of it comes down to a fear of success. What I mean by that is that if he wants to do something or somebody else wants him to do something and he is not super confident that he will be able to be completely successful with that, then especially if like the expectations are high or the hopes are high that it will go really well, then a big part of him has this reaction that's like, well, I'm just not even going to try because like it's too scary to think about like trying your best and maybe not quite meeting the mark. And so the stronger the pressure is, or the stronger, like the higher the expectation is, then the scarier that is. And also it feels related to like autonomy or like control over like how you're spending your time, or where you're putting your efforts, because while he doesn't want to fail, and like he's kind of afraid of failing, that's part of it, that choosing to fail feels a little less scary than trying your best and not meeting the mark because you had control over the outcome. I've kind of started to suspect that what we have been seeing as kind of fitting under this PDA umbrella might actually be multiple things for my partner, but I still just thought I'd put this out there for other people who have maybe found that PDA label and have kind of sort of made sense of it, and then other parts of it don't make sense, just in case this resonates with anybody else, because it definitely was a revelation for us today, and I'm just excited to see how we can learn to work with this now that we have at least a beginning understanding of what part of it is. I just kind of figured that we can't be the only people who have come across this PDA label and who have had it make a lot of sense in a lot of ways, but then have found that not all of this concept fits for him, and have kind of been trying to make sense about what we are dealing with then. And so I don't know, I just thought this might be helpful to somebody else, and I am excited to keep learning about where these struggles come from, or these like symptoms come from, or whatever you want to label it as, and to find ways to help my partner like work with his brain, and kind of find ways to work with this part of himself so that he can do the things he wants to do. And yeah, I'm just excited to see where it goes, and it's exciting to at least have one more piece of the puzzle added so that we understand a little bit more than we did yesterday.